Hello friends, my name is Adiravi. Hope you are all safe and good in this COVID era. So the sole purpose of making this video is to find a solution for a problem, for a situation. Hold on, I'll read the situation. This is how it is. Imagine that you are working as an HR consultant, which means I'm an HR consultant. One of my client, which is an organization, is looking for a change in the performance appraisal method. From now onwards, the organization is planning to focus more on behavior and traits of its employee. At the same time, they would like to know exact result contributed by the employees. Advise the organization to select appropriate PA method that will be helpful to measure behavior, traits and result. Specifically mention the PA methods. So this is the question. So in this video, we'll find an appropriate method which can be advised to my client, which is this particular organization. And also, we'll discuss about various methods of performance appraisals in depth. So let's begin with performance appraisal. A strong performance appraisal is considered as the backbone of performance management. So what exactly is performance management? Performance management refers to the processes to ensure that the organization connects mission with the work of the employees. Well, this can be done both explicitly and implicitly. So, basically, performance management is all about managing people. And when done well, performance management can be an essential tool to help realize employees their own potential and also help management and HR to get the most out of the workforce. In order to get an effective performance management, we need a strong backbone, isn't it? That is performance appraisal. Performance appraisal is a periodic assessment of an employee's job performance as measured by the competency expectations set out by the organization. The purpose of performance appraisal is twofold. One, it helps organization to determine the value and productivity that employee contributes. Second, it also helps the employee develop in their own roles. Now the biggest question is, why do we need performance appraisal? Why is it so important? Now there are various reasons as to why performance appraisal is important. So let's go through some of the points which help us understand why performance appraisal are so important. 1. Performance appraisal help adjusting compensation for high-performing employees. Second, it keeps a tab on strengths and weaknesses. Third, it helps open up and improve communication. Fourth, it helps us with effective human resource model. 5. It helps us set a clear and actionable goal. Sixth is it helps people feel valued. I mean, that is what each one of us want, isn't it? That is what we expect from an organization we work for. We always wish our good works and great efforts to be noticed and rewarded, isn't it? Now, seventh is it helps us recognize or identify if our team requires a training or not. Now, these all were some of the points which proves how our performance appraisals are important. Now, coming back to our case in which I am a HR consultant and my client organization wishes a change in their performance appraisal method and want to focus more on trait, behavior and results. Now, in that context, let's go ahead and check each of the performance appraisal method. Now, performance appraisal method are broadly divided into two. One is the traditional one, another one is of course the modern one. Now, many companies claims that performance appraisal process takes a lots of time and has no value even after spending so much of time in it, and also complains that it isn't contributing to the engagement. Now, the ground reality is that the old and traditional methods
are no longer giving the effective result.
Now, that's the main reason why we will be focusing only on the modern methods. There are lots of modern methods, but today we will solely focus on 5 effective modern performance appraisal methods. The first method is management by objective, or in short MBO. In this process, A manager identifies a desired objective to be achieved and gives each individual a major area of responsibility in terms of the result expected out of them, and uses these measures as a guide to access the contribution made by each individual employees. Now, this is how management by objective methods works. Now, comparatively, it is less time consuming and cost effective, and by this method we can find out whether the stated objective have been achieved in the given time period or not. The second method is critical incident method. Now, in this method, an employer or manager evaluates an employee based on certain event, or in this context known as critical incident, where the employee has done something really great or not so great. Now, in this method, the evaluator have to keep a digital or physical record or journal to store all the informations of different events. And this method is extremely useful for employee for personal growth, since it contains detailed information unlike other performance appraisal methods. The third method is 360-degree feedback. Now, this method is somewhat time consuming since there are multiple raters involved in evaluating the performance. But it's worth a try. In this method, the feedback of an employee is collected by people who interact with him or her in the organization, including superiors, peers, subordinates, and even the customers. The feedback is usually taken by a questionnaire designed for this purpose. Well, this method in particular is extremely useful for startups. The fourth method is behaviorally anchored rating scale, or in short BARS, B-A-R-S. Now, this method is often thought of being the most effective one because it succeeds in bringing out both qualitative and quantitative benefits of performance appraisal process. Now, because this method accesses both qualitative and quantitative forms of measurement while also incorporating intangible qualities of employees into the rating system, BARS succeed in providing clear standards, improved feedback, and also provide accurate performance analysis and consistent evaluation. The fifth method is human resource accounting method, or cost accounting method. In this method, an employee's performance is evaluated through the monetary benefits they yield to the company. Now, this measurement is usually obtained by comparing the cost of retaining an employee to the monetary benefits the organization has ascertained from that specific employee. This performance appraisal method considers many factors, including unit-wise average service value, quality, overhead cost, interpersonal relationship, and so on. So this was 5 effective modern performance appraisal methods. And coming back to our case, in our situation, I would suggest my client, well, personally, I believe that no one method is best suitable for every situation. A combination of approaches gives the best solution. That is what I believe. So in my case, if my client precisely wants one method, I would suggest them to go with BARS, behaviorally anchored rating scale. Otherwise, my personal suggestion would be to go with a combination of MBO and BARS. What is your opinion? Kindly drop in the comment box. And that is all about today's video. We'll see in our next video. If you find this video interesting and informative, kindly subscribe to my channel. Till then, thank you. Bye. Take care.